know?
Yeah.
Like, you should be open to whatever, you know? You should be down for whatever as a movie fan. You should just... If someone's like, hey, we're going to watch this black and white film with Jimmy Stewart in it, you should be like, ah, man. Like, no, like...
I want to watch some explosions
yeah,
or
like,
something.
I want to watch Inception or, like, Logan. It's just like,
yeah.
no, like, give something a chance, you know? Like, give it a chance.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, then don't like it. But
yeah, like...
that's fine, but, like, at least watch it before that, you know? Like, I mean, like I said, but at the same time, you know, I imagine a lot of those people are going to be like, well, you know, you say develop a taste. My taste is just those movies. Just going to watch big blockbusters. So it's like, okay, fine, I guess. You know, I mean, what can I say?
Yeah.
You know, what can I tell them? Don't watch those, you know, only go watch these two. If they don't want to watch that other stuff, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
But
that's the thing that, like, that's what we try to talk about in our last podcast, too. And I'm pretty sure you heard that, too. Like, that, then I don't think you should call yourself, like, a movie lover or film fan or something. You're just in that little area. Cool. But at least try to watch these other films. If you don't like them, like you said, fine, that's fine. Just continue liking your big blockbusters or your foreign films or whatever. But I don't think, like, if someone comes out like, oh man, I'm not gonna see this movie because it looks like shit. It's not by this director. It's not this or that. And then, like, reviews come out for it, and they're like, yeah, you see, I was right. But it's like, dude, like, you didn't see it. So I was like, why are you, like, saying shit about it?
Right.
Go and see it and then talk shit about it.
Right, that's what I usually do. I only talk shit about what I've seen.
Yeah.
I usually, like I said, but I know what to skip, you know. I just, you know, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I understand what you're saying completely, yeah. Just don't, like, I try to be more open-minded. Like I said, I'm a little bit more older, a little more bitter.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I'll see stuff like The Meg, and it'll just kind of upset me, because I'll just be like, man, like,
you tell this is
like, what the fuck are they
cash
making
grab
that
or
movie
something,
for? Like,
yeah.
they gotta spread out the budget to, like, 3 different indie filmmakers and have them make, like, fucking great movies. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're just making this shit. Like, just to have Jason Statham punch a fucking shark or something, you know?
Yeah.
And, like I said, there is room for both, but at the same time, it's like, you know...
Now it's more like one or the other, though, man. Like, is it just a big blockbuster or, like, a smaller film?
Yeah, usually that's what it has to be. It's just like... And that's another thing, too. Like, a lot of people would just be like, oh, shit, sorry, Ant-Man and the Wasp was out this weekend, so I'm just going to skip every other movie that's out. I'm going to go see Ant-Man and the Wasp, like, 3 times. So can't go see whatever indie movie's out.
What else
you know?
it was released with, you know?
Yeah. And that is, like one of the things, too, is that's another thing, too, is that it's all about, like... It's just all about, like, reaction. So everybody is going to, like, midnight screenings, or in YouTubers' case, we're going to, like, you know, press screenings, or... You know, those, you know, the early screenings that we're able to get to. And it's about, like, being first with a lot of people. It's not about having an opinion. It's about being first. Yeah. You know, it's just like about being, like, reporting. I got to fucking, like, okay, I saw this. You know, I saw White Boy Rick last night, for instance. Like, I know a lot of people just got right away and just filmed their thing that they're going to release today. Yeah. Or Friday when it's out.
Or something.
So it's like... Me, I'm not going to film my thing until tomorrow. Yeah. Like, because I'm going to take today after this to write down my thoughts, to really kind of gather my thoughts of the movie, and figure out if I really have anything to even say about it, if I should even film myself saying something about it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, so that's, like, another thing about, like being, like, a movie fan, is it, like, people want to just be the first person to see the movie and then react to it. And be the first person to say, like, yeah, I saw it, look, here's my reaction to it. Like, oh, it's cool, blah, blah, blah. Like, oh, yeah, that sucked. Yeah. You know? It's not about, like, giving an opinion or having any sort of, like, opinion about what you're watching. We're taking it in and being like, all right, sitting with it for a few hours and being like, oh, shit, like, what'd I just watch? Yeah. Whether if you liked it or whether you didn't like it. You know what I mean? Like, really giving yourself time to, like, figure out why you didn't like it. What were the reasons? You know? Like,
or a lot of times you need to see a movie more than once.
For sure.
And then, like you said, a lot of people want to be the first one or put out their review first to get the view or whatever. But, like, I'd rather... go revisit a film that I think I should revisit to not look back at my review like, man, now that I read it again, I disliked it a little bit more or liked it a little bit better. Yeah. So it's like, just give it a chance. You know, you don't have to be first. Yeah. Kind of like I know this is completely different, but like the iPhone and the Android and stuff like that. A lot of people are like, oh well, iPhone's really getting this. And say, well, it's not about who gets there first; it's about who gets there and perfects it.
Right.
You know?
Who's
like,
better?
Yeah.
Because you can get it be the first one to get on the iPhone, but then you're gonna have to keep returning it because it breaks or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of times that happens with their new
new releases,
functions and new features. They'll just mess up right away.
Yeah.
Because they don't have it perfected because they're just trying to fucking get it out there.
Yeah.
And I'm over here talking shit about Apple as if they don't have their shit figured out.
Yeah. But which is the kind of.
But But yeah, but exactly, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like I think that's probably why too I don't have any subscribers or a lot of views.
Yeah.
Because I don't put my videos out fast, and I don't really, like I said, they're like 10 minutes each, like almost 12, 13 minutes sometimes. I know I have a Free Fire review that's 13 minutes, and I know a lot of people were just like, why would you have 13 minutes on Free Fire? Yeah. But it's like, because I really enjoyed that movie. That's
how much I got to say about it.
And I had a lot to say about every character, in that movie. Like, it wasn't just like, yeah, it was cool, they shot stuff, this guy was funny, and people got shot, and bang, 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 hell yeah, it was fun. Like,
Martin Scorsese,
some
produced.
Like some fucking, like, Jeremy Johns asshole just being like, like...
Dude, the parodies you do of Jeremy Johns, it's fucking hilarious. Dude.
Yeah, it's funny because I feel like my friend, like, is able to, like, kind of, like, act like him and, like, look like him, so it's pretty funny. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, like, just, like, I don't want to be, like, a judge of, like, what a movie fan is or something, but, like, in terms of, like, being, like, I just want, like, I'm talking crap about YouTubers because I just want them to do better. Yeah. It's not because I'm, like, being, like, I think I'm better and you suck. I'm just being like, man, we can do better. Because people don't respect YouTubers. You know what I'm saying? People do not respect YouTube critics. Like, nobody respects, like, if you write film criticism for someplace, you don't respect Chris Stuffman. Yeah. You don't respect, like, the Collider people. You don't respect, like, Screen Junkies. Because, there are some who do, because they do take part in those kind of video, kind of panel chats. Yeah. But for the most part, like, nobody really considers those people critics. We're just YouTube talking heads that are just like...
just discuss movies or whatever.
Like, and most of the time, not even. I mean, people are aware that, like, most YouTubers are just like, hey, just got out of A Quiet Place. Wow, that was really fun. Yeah. It was really a good time. John Krasinski was really cool. Emily Blunt did really well. It was really cool.
This has never been done before.
Yeah, like, and it's just like and most of, like, their video, like, so they have, like, a 5-minute video, and, like, 4 minutes of it is them explaining the plot, and then 1 minute is them being like, go see that. Yeah, that's crazy to me. Yeah. I'm just like, dude, like, you don't need to fucking take forever to explain the plot. Yeah. I mean, if you're going to explain the plot, at least use it in your critique. Like, kind of, like, say, you know what I mean? Like, explain the plot while you're critiquing the movie. Yeah. Don't waste all this time showing me the trailer, giving me the plot synopsis, and then I'm like, okay, cool, ready to hear what you have to say, and then you're just like, yeah, I give it 3 stars. It was fun. It was cool. John Krasinski was really fun in it. Check it out.
Highly recommend it.
Just like, what the fuck? Peace. Like, that's all you have to say? Like, that to me is like, wow.
One thing that, like, also kind of pisses me off is, like, yeah, like, for some reason, like, those people that cover just Marvel and stuff, like, they get more views and stuff, and then, like, their viewers start thinking that's what film criticism is, or that's what they need to think about certain movies. Exactly. And that's why I wanted to, kind of like you, bridge the gap, because I do like all these movies, and I agree with you. Hopefully there's a world we can all just, get together and love movies. Because that, like, if you're at either end of the spectrum, we do like movies, we do like that experience. But there is room for everybody. But that's the thing too, is like, fuck, like, I want my viewers to know the difference, like, we can like all the films, like, okay, cool, I'll get viewers on the Avengers review, but then I want them to subscribe and say, oh, well, what about this smaller film, like Slice, for example, let me see his thoughts. I'm like, okay, cool, I'll check it out, because of his thoughts of Infinity War, like, that's what I want to do. And I think that you do a pretty good job of that, I would say, because, like you said, you do cover those bigger ones. And you're able to still talk about, like I said, Columbus and, like, the smaller films. And I think that does help, but that's why I do like your channel. That's why I would, like, promote channels like that that are able to, like, do all of it, that try to cover all of it. And I know there are some people who don't live in California or New York and they can't cover the indies, they can't get to it. So I understand that, and, you're excluded from that. I'm not trying to talk shit about everybody. I understand you can't go see those movies. They don't get to you until a certain time. And, they're maybe not accessible to you or whatever. I get that. So you got to do what you got to do. But if you're in LA and you can go to these theaters, or you're near these kind of smaller films and you can get to them, and, or even, a lot of times they're on iTunes. They go straight to iTunes. You can just watch them at home. Do it, I would say, because,
you can only watch fucking Last Jedi and be mad at it so many times. You can only watch Infinity Wars so many times. You know what I mean? Like, there's other stuff, and like you said, you'll see, you know, other influence. You'll be like, oh, crazy, like that's where Infinity War got that shot.
Yeah.
Or that's where fucking Iron Man got that shot. Or that's where, you know, that, and it'll be some random movie that you wouldn't even think has anything to do with the, you know, like
exactly.
things, like, you know. That's what I mean, that's kind of the way I see it. I find a lot of stuff in that. Like, that's why I really, I mean, I love the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
Would I put any of those movies in my top 200 movies of all time? Probably not.
No.
Probably not. But I love not every single one, but I love the Marvel Cinematic Universe as a whole. Like, I even have like a whole like essay thing I wrote about it. That I haven't put it out or nothing, but I've just been kind of writing about it since what they've done with Iron Man, since how they've progressed from that like era of films to how they've been choosing their directors, just all the things that they've done as like kind of like, you know, in their own sort of way. They're their own sort of like A24 kind of studio.
Yeah.
They're kind of their own batch of these filmmakers and films that they're able to like put out, and I really admire that, and I enjoy that because the films are great. You know, like you know, they're not always the best things ever, but I can go sit down and I can go watch Ant-Man and the Wasp and just have fun with that. Like, you know, in the same way that, like, you know, someone could probably say, I'll say Jurassic Park Fallen Kingdom was absolute garbage. It was very much a chore for me to sit through that fucking movie. Like, I didn't even finish most of it, to be honest with you. I was checked out. I would get up and do, you know, I'd go to the restroom. I didn't even, like, you know, I was probably just like most of the time, just with my head back, like, not even really paying attention.
Yeah.
So I can understand someone being like, you know, because for me, Marvel movies, comic book movies, big, like, you know, kind of X-Men, stuff like that, Logan, to me, those are like my, like, popcorn movies.
Yeah.
Those are I get to just sit back and just relax and enjoy a movie. I don't have to fucking cry or get anything.
Study it or
even
something.
though those films do kind of get emotions from me, I do still feel the emotions that they want me to when I watch them. But it's not like watching, you know, you were never really hearing an example, you know. You watch that, you're just like, fucking, what the f-? You know, you're sitting there, you're just like, holy shit, like, I hope I don't see any, like, little girl getting hurt while watching this movie, you know, because it's pretty grim subject matter. Whereas, like, I could watch Ant-Man and the Wasp and I was like, man, I hope I just see the Wasp kick some ass.
Yeah.
You know, that's all I want to see. And when you get that, it's satisfying. But for me, I feel like a lot of movies aren't living up to those standards when they are those, like, Fallen Kingdom, all these big blockbusters. They're not really trying the way Marvel is trying. Now, are Marvel movies masterpieces that we should all be putting on Criterion Collection and stuff?
Yes.
No, of course.
No,
Because I get it. Look, I know there's people who are going to be like, oh, this fucking guy talking about Marvel movies, but they're good stuff, and like I said, I want people to know that I like those things. I'm not just someone who's over here bagging on shit, who's just like, fuck all these movies, you know, just indie stuff, you know, because I feel like I can come off like that sometimes in my videos, you know, and I don't feel like that at all, because even then I feel like most, like, indie, like, real Criterion, like, fucking, we only watch these fucking older movies, like, type people, like, don't even like me, you know what I mean? Because they're just like, oh, this dude, like, likes Avengers, and, like, you know,
so, like, his credibility, he doesn't have any.
Like, what does he know about, like, you know, like, those type of movies, you know? So I feel like I'm not really accepted on either end of the spectrum, you know? Like, I feel like those, like, indie people are just like, oh, you have a review for, like, you know, like, I don't know, like, what was a movie that I liked? Like Gringo, for instance. Like, I didn't like that movie, but I didn't, like, feel the need to be like, this movie sucks, don't go see it. I gave it a pretty, like, warm review where I was like, oh, you know what? If this was on Netflix, watch it, check it out. It's like a fun little thing, you know? And I feel like a lot of people that were on that, like, side of that Criterion, like, fucking indie spectrum were just like, why would you, like, that's dumb to say that. You shouldn't, like, you should have, like, I'm not gonna fucking go see Gringo. That's a dumb movie, blah, blah, blah. It's just like,
you shouldn't even done the review in the first place.
It's just like, like, that's not, you know, that's not what I'm trying to do here. Like, and then also, I'm doing the Criterion Cult thing because, I mean, Criterion also, in their collection, they have The Rock and Armageddon. So they're not like this.
Really?
Yeah. So they're not, it's like super exclusive. We only do fucking, like, they do all kinds of different films. So it's not like, you know, you can't like stuff. I mean, I love The Rock. I fucking love Armageddon.
Me too.
I fucking hate Michael Bay.
Yeah.
But
they're just fun.
There's just no doubt that he knew how to make movies like that back then. I mean, I fucking love Bad Boys. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude.
Like those are my movies that I just love sitting down and just being like, man, I'm just gonna have a beer with some buddies and we're just gonna throw on The Rock and just like, yeah, you know?
Yeah.
But for the most part, I really just like being in the dark, watching something like from, something like Enemy or Prisoners or You Were Never Really Here or just like in like Kubrick movies like Barry Lyndon. I just love watching just older, just quiet, just dark, like really just like crazy.
Just saw 2001 this year too.
2001, like I just love that. Those experiences for me are like the most. Like my favorite movies of all time are like Badlands, Doctor Strangelove. Have you seen Doctor Strangelove? No.
I have it though.
Have you seen Badlands?
No. Alright guys, we're gonna...
Alright, Badlands, Doctor Strangelove. You probably haven't seen Man Bites Dog, but it's an older French film.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's like one of my favorite movies of all time, and it's about a film crew who follows around a serial killer in France who just goes around like... they film him killing people, and then eventually the film crew becomes part of it. Like they start like helping him and like doing stuff with him and killing him. It's really good. Kid Cudi did a music video parody of it.
Oh really?
With Shia LaBeouf directed it. Yeah, but it's called Man Bites Dog. You should check it out. It's fucking great. But that's the kind of stuff I love. Just dark. And even look, people are probably gonna say that this isn't part of that, but Ghostbusters, the first Ghostbusters, is like one of my favorite movies because it is such a dark comedy.
Yeah.
I think it has like a really good just tone to it, It's never like too goofy. It's like if you watch the second one, Ghostbusters 2, that's like goofy. That's like for kids. The first one's not for kids at all. It's like very like kind of about the occultish, like satanic, like biblical stuff. Like it's very like sexual. You know what I mean? Like it's such a good film. But a lot of people will just write it off as like this goofy like Bill Murray thing,
Yeah.
Which that's what number 2 is. Number 1 is not. Ghostbusters. Like I just like shit from it's probably one of the questions that you had asked. I just like shit from like 70s, 80s, like that's just kind of
I asked you like what decade would you rather live in, the 70s or 80s? Yeah.
So like if I could be like as old as I am now, like I would rather be around in the 70s, which honestly, my last name's Garcia. I'm Mexican American. Yeah. My parents were born here, but my grandparents are from Mexico.
Yeah.
So being alive in the 70s as a Mexican probably wouldn't be the greatest thing. It'd be better if we were white.
Yeah.
I always think about that, Like, I think only white people can think, like, oh, what decade would I love to be born in? You know? Because us, we'd have to deal with, like, being in, like, some barrio or something. You know what I mean? Like, but if I could be this age and decade in terms of movies, in terms of, like, being able to go sit in a cinema and see what's out, in the 70s. Like, for sure. 70s, early 80s. There's just, like, so much good shit.
Like, you would like to experience.
Yeah, that I would just have loved to have been like there for like for me like something like I get really excited when there's something like The Lobster or like Good Time.
Yeah.
Like because to me those movies feel like they could have came out in the 70s at that time, and to me it feels like hell yeah I'm experiencing that kind of time, but now we're getting that revolutionary like a revolution of like these like Ben Wheatley, Yorgos Lanthimos, the Safdie brothers, Jeremy Saulnier who did Green Room. And then you have like Janicza Brazo, who did Lemon recently.
Yeah.
All these like Andrea Arnold and Lynn Ramsey, they've been around forever. But Lynn Ramsey did You Were Never Really Here. Andrea Arnold just did American Honey, and she's gonna do
Shia LaBeouf, right?
Yeah, and so like we're having like all their films feel like they could have came out like at that time. Like it really feels like we're getting this really like nice new crop of directors who aren't worried about all this crap, they're worried about making just good quality films.
Yeah.
And there's even people like that on the Marvel side. James Gunn, Taika Waititi, Ryan Coogler. I mean, these are like solid ass like filmmakers who can make anything. I believe that. I believe they can make any type of film that they want, And I'm really excited about that. It's exciting to be a part of that, in my opinion, as a movie fan, as a film lover, to go see a film like Fruitvale Station from that director and be like, oh shit, this is fucking like a gritty, like just straightforward drama, like true life drama that he filmed, and it made me feel like I was watching a documentary. to watching Creed and being like, oh shit, like I don't give a shit about the Rocky franchise.
Yeah.
And this guy made
This is great, yeah.
This guy made me give a shit about Rocky.
Even a lot of people who like Rocky, they're like, oh, Creed is either their favorite or second favorite.
Yeah, I think it's better than Rocky. I think it's better, like, visually, like, from behind the camera and story-wise. I think it tells us a better story.
Yeah.
I think it's just a more grown-up story than the first Rocky.
Yeah.
But, you know, like, it's an exciting time to be able to, like, have directors like that who can jump back and forth. Because he's not going to keep doing shit like that. He's going back to doing, like, something like Fruitvale Station. His next movie is... Yeah, no, his next movie is going to be, like, an indie with Michael B. Jordan about a teacher who... does like cheating on his tests for the class so that they could like graduate.
Oh,
and like it's about like a cheating scandal.
So based on a true story?
Yeah.
Or? Oh wow.
Yeah, so it's gonna be kind of more like Fruitvale Station, you know, which I'm excited about because he's probably gonna do Black Panther 2 after that. You know what I mean? So it's like it's a very exciting thing to me that we can like have filmmakers that can do both.
Yeah.
And they're not just all fucking, you know.
Yeah, Chris Nolan too, right?
Well, yeah, Chris Nolan as well. You know, he can do both as well. Fucking Dunkirk is probably one of the best films to come out. Yeah. One of the best war films to come out in the last fucking decade, honestly.
I understand the hate for that movie, dude.
I understand.
You didn't have the main character, but like I get it, but it's like
people want the fucking Saving Private Ryan speeches. Yeah. You know? They want that, you know.
Exactly, but it's like, dude, this guy Chris is like, okay, I want to make an experience to make you feel, okay, this was Dunkirk.
Yeah.
That was the main character. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I fucking loved it. And a lot of people were like, oh, it shouldn't have been nominated, whatever. Like,
yeah, no, it's crazy that people didn't like it. It's crazy that people said that they were bored during that.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. It's like, oh yeah, I'd like you to go and sit around and do what those soldiers had to do and see if you're bored. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because that's what we're kind of doing. He's trying to kind of do it in like real time and how they're like, you know, sometimes you're just sitting around and then bombs start going off, you know? Sometimes you have to run, sometimes you gotta sit, sometimes you gotta swim, you know what I mean? It's like crazy to me. It's like, people are like, oh, I don't have anyone to relate to there. It's like, so are you telling me that every soldier that's in war right now, you can't relate to their struggle?
Yeah.
Like, you need
then
them to
hear, oh, bring our soldiers back.
Yeah,
like, whoa,
like,
what the hell?
It's like you can't relate to these people. Like, you know they're in war.
Yeah.
That's all you should need to know. Like, that they're struggling, they're surviving.
Yeah,
that's all you should need to know, you know what I mean? You don't need some fucking speech. A school teacher back home and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
You know, like you shouldn't need that.
Yeah.
And that is a lot of problems with. That's why like I call it the Spielberg effect. You know, it's like that getting all Spielberg in a movie, making it all like, you know, like there's got to be a speech and there's got to be we're telling the audience how to feel about what's going on. Like we're not letting them figure it out. We're using the swelling music, the Tom Hanks fucking giving the speech, and then a cut to every single other actor in the world, like looking at him, like all like in their wigs and their makeup, you know, like, and it's just like, it's not that it's a bad movie. It's just like I don't need to like, I'm not a kid anymore, so you don't need to do that to me anymore, Spielberg. Like we're like adults. Yeah, like the Post, like a lot of the stuff he does. It's just like, man, like we're not kids anymore, dude. Like, you know, you don't need to do that to trust us. Yeah. We'll get it. Just give it to us straight. You know, don't do all these stupid like dramatic tricks and like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, he doesn't do that with Jaws. You know what I mean? He doesn't do that with, you know, like Raiders of the Lost Ark. You know, you enjoy those movies because you're just in them, and you right from the start you feel like you don't need. I mean, music obviously does stuff and stuff like that, but it's a combination of everything. Yeah. It's like when you watch The Post, you're just like, I like hear that score and I'm just like, is this motherfucker serious right now? Like, is he trying to get me emotional right here? Like, you know, like it's just like one of those things. Like, but yeah, so. Get to know directors, everybody.
Yeah.
I think it was at my first rant. I don't know. Maybe that was the original rant. But oh, no, I was just talking about how, like, we're in this great revolution of directors who are doing great stuff. And get to know fucking women directors, for Christ's sakes. There's so many fucking great women directors out there, and I always read these things, and I always hear about these people being like, well, I'd watch more women directors if there were some. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah. They're everywhere. They're literally everywhere right now. I mean, you have 2 great movies that came out, 3 actually. You have The Writer. That's a woman director. You have Leave No Trace was a woman director.
Oh, that was a
you were
I've
never
been wanting
really
to watch it. I haven't seen it.
Great film. You Were Never Really Here, woman director. I mean, there's so many fucking good shit going on, and there's a bunch of like, you know, like foreign films and just like people of color and stuff that are making great films. They're not doing ones that we can readily available to see.
Yeah, it's just not marketed. You won't find it just on the front page or something.
You just got to go look for them. And I think with all these kind of new directors coming up, doing good stuff, they're all like people of color, a lot of white dudes, but you know that's just gonna happen.
Yeah.
A lot of people of color, a lot of women, a lot of different types of people making films right now, and you know before those types of films were being made, but they were all being made by white dudes.
Yeah.
In the 70s, you know, there was maybe some black directors who were able to make things, but you know, now you know we have like fucking Alfonso Cuarón, we have Guillermo del Toro, you know, we have we have, and then you know they got Lebowski, you know, doing cinematography for them. Like we have like prominent like directors from Mexico that are like winning Oscars.
Yeah.
All three of them won Oscars for directing. You know what I'm saying? All their movies won Best Picture. You know, at some point, like that's dope as fuck. Like we should all be very excited about this. We should all just be like, literally, we should all be celebrating like film in a way that is not just fucking we're getting Star Wars all the time. You know, it should be like fucking hey, we're getting everything from everybody. Like, and it's great. I love it. It's like nice to be able to like go see, like I said, you know, like last year, you know, my favorite movies were like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 and then like Shape of Water.
Which we did a review.
You're all going to be wrong about that movie. You all don't like it and you're all going to be wrong. Just wait, give it a few years. It's going to be one of those movies that everyone's going to be writing blog posts about being like, you know what, maybe it is better than the first one. Just wait. Said it here first.
Yep.
But I think it's better than the first one. But but anyway, so like you know what I mean. Like I think it's great to be able to be like, oh, you know what, my favorite movie was Killing of a Sacred Deer and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Like, how like you know what I mean? Like,
dude,
that's such a great time for film. Like this, you know, it's been a really good year for film this year too. You know, we have such a variety of things. A lot of stuff I haven't been crazy about, but I can't say that it's been terrible. You know what I mean? Like A Quiet Place, for instance. I didn't really like it. But, you know, I get why people like that. It was definitely a crowd pleaser. It was definitely something I can understand. You go to the movie theater, you sit down, and you're just like, oh, I gotta be quiet because, you know, it really depends on it. You know what I mean? Like, but most movies, you should fucking be quiet. You should shut up in. But, you know, I get it, you know.
That's another rant we can get into.
Yeah, that's a whole other thing I fucking, especially at fucking press screenings and at, like, preview screenings. I don't understand.
Only when they take their kids too, man.
Yeah, it's just like, what are you going to see this movie for if you don't want to fucking see it? I don't understand that. Yeah, I do like a bunch of like dumb skits about that too, where like where I kind of have to stop doing because it's kind of.
Nah, dude.
Well, I mean, because one of them I did where I was like telling people not to talk in a movie and I was holding a gun, and that's kind of like a that's a pretty like sensitive thing, like gun in a movie theater. You know, like I didn't think about it till after, and I was like, oh shit, that's kind of like, you know, that's not really, shouldn't do that. But
the crazy times we live in now.
Yeah, because that's, you know, I'm not advocating taking a gun and fucking shooting somebody because they're talking. That's stupid. It's fucking dumb. Like, don't do anything like that.
Yeah.
Like, don't even like. I wouldn't even say fight for.
I wish there was a button that we could press and like a person could come in. Okay, let me see if I can hear him talking or something. Okay, then go address it.
At the ArcLight, you can go tell people that there's someone talking in front of you, and then they'll go wait on the side for a little bit, like to see, you know.
Yeah.
So, certain theaters will do it. Just
that's why I don't really like watching horror movies.
Oh yeah.
Because there's just stupid ass crowds like, oh my god, I don't like.
Especially if you go to like AMC's
to
watch a horror movie, or especially any kind of big movie. Like, I mean, I don't mind it in like Marvel movies because people are cheering and it's like, all right, you're in.
Yeah,
But yeah, like horror movies and stuff, when you go to like an AMC or like a big chain, the worst people. It's just like teenagers and shit just going to like make out and hang out and shit. Yeah, it's just like the worst fucking people.
I mean, I've been there, but like it's like now you're trying to get an experience or trying to do whatever you're trying to do. It's like
trying to do a damn YouTube review.
Yeah.
Goddamn kids.
Trying to make a living here.
Trying to fucking make a YouTube as a YouTube living out here. It's hard out here for a YouTuber.
Yeah, man. Tough times.
We can't all be fucking Logan Paul.
Oh, you fucking... What was your Paul? You did it? You were wearing a wig, right? You're
like, I'm Jordan Paul.
Jordan Paul.
Trying to be Jordan Paul so I can get the Paul brother franchise.
Exactly. I want to get my videos monetized. Dude, so the second little... I know we were kind of talking about film and stuff like that, but what I'm trying to do is kind of ask my guests random questions, but, you know, I give you guys time to come up with an answer. And I guess you answered already, what decade would you rather live in, the 70s or 80s? Next one is your favorite alcoholic beverage, man.
Well, I'm a beer guy. So I'm a pretty simple guy when it comes to stuff like that. I just drink IPAs. I fucking love IPAs. Like, it's like one of those sad things where like it comes off as like a bro-y dude, like, you know, fucking give me an IPA.
Yeah.
You know, like, but I just really like IPAs. I could drink like I could drink like pina coladas and margaritas.
Yeah.
Like if I'm like in Vegas or something, you know, or like chilling on a beach. But can't really drink like alcohol, like straight alcohol. Just like IPAs, beers.
Yeah.
Beers. What do you drink? I know you got a beer last time.
Yeah, I'm a beer guy too, but well, no, I'm more of a alcohol guy, like a hard liquor type of guy. I like to mix it with juices or soda or whatever. I used to be a real Bacardi guy, like a fucking Bacardi, the silver one or whatever, rum. Now I'm more into whiskey, dude. Just whiskey. But I like both. But like if I had a choice, it would be like a mixed drink or something. I do love beer, but mostly like Mexican beers. I haven't really dove into like IPAs, different kind of beers, like craft beers and stuff. Dos Equis, Modelo, Corona, stuff like that.
I also I just get stoned.
Yeah. Hey, 2018.
Get high, everybody. Relax. Chill out.
Yeah, chill.
Calm down. Everybody.
It's not like it's meth or something. It's like there's no repercussions to it. It's like
right. Yeah. No, I'm not gonna. I don't want to like advocate drugs on your channel or anything. But it helps people. I have like older relatives who kind of were first like, you smoke marijuana. Yeah. And it's just like, and now they they take it in a drink or they eat it in edible because it helps them. And it really does help with you. Yeah. I have like social anxieties. I like deal with depression. Yeah. All kinds of shit like that. We don't want to get into it here. Helps me sleep. Helps me function most of the time. Yeah. So, let me be a stoner.
Yeah. But going back into movies, another question was that what's one of your favorite guilty pleasure movies?
Well,
Armageddon.
There's a few of them. I mean, those would be them. I mean, I guess if you really had to like say what they are, it's like Bad Boys. Yeah. Like I love fucking Bad Boys 2. Like
still waiting on the third, man.
See, I don't want it anymore. They're too old. Yeah. I don't want it. If they do like a prequel maybe. Yeah. I love prequels. I'm one of those guys who, if they can do it right, like if they did a Bad Boys prequel where they recast them as younger people, like I'm one of the guys who's down for that if they could do it. Yeah.
Because in the first one they were already working together, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
they're already partners, so they could just be a little bit younger, like when they first started the Force. It could be like when they meet. Like,
like Dumb and Dumber when Harry met Lloyd.
You see, that one I didn't need. That prequel I didn't need. Like I said, they got to be done right. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, like I guess I also just. Just like stuff like that. I was trying to really think of something that would be like a guilty pleasure. Yeah. But I don't know. I don't really have anything that like I'm like ashamed of. I'll say like everything that I like. The only thing I guess like is a something that I would say people would probably think that I wouldn't like. Yeah. That, like I would kind of keep to myself that I don't really put out there. It's a TV show though. I really like the Laguna Beach. Yeah. That was on MTV.
Laguna Beach. Oh man, it's an older one, huh?
I have the first 2 seasons of that on DVD, and I've watched those.
The original Jersey Shore.
Yeah, and that's like the only thing I could say is like a guilty pleasure. Where I'm just like I feel ashamed to say that I like own those and that I watch it. But everything else, any type of movie, like I'm all in for it. If it's a shitty movie or if people think it's a shitty movie, if I like it, I'll be like, yeah, it's cool.
Like I like The Faculty, Freddy vs. Jason.
Yeah, see stuff like that. Like I tried to watch The Faculty recently. Yeah. Couldn't really do it. But there's some stuff like that I look back upon and I'm like, oh shit, like I really like Face Off. I fucking love Face Off. Like how do you not love Face Off?
I didn't know it was so like highly received by critics. It's 92 in Rotten Tomatoes. Even though I don't really Rotten Tomatoes. Like.
I think people just kind of realized at that moment when it came out how much of a dumb fun thing it was and nobody took it seriously. Yeah, it's Face Off's cool. Like because a lot of people I think that like are. There's I love movies. I only watch The Lobster and things like that would be like their guilty pleasure to say like Armageddon, but I fucking love Armageddon. Armageddon makes me cry. Yeah. Every time. Bruce Willis kicks. Every time Bruce Willis kicks fucking Ben Affleck out of the fucking elevator or back onto the elevator, I cry. I don't care. Man. I don't give a shit. Like I love fucking old Michael Bay. Yeah.
I just did I haven't put it out yet, but I did a Blu-ray haul for August, and I picked up Daredevil, the Ben Affleck one.
Oh, okay. I've never seen that.
I liked it. Yeah. A lot of people were like shit on it. Oh, this is like it ruined Ben Affleck's career and shit. But I like it.
Okay. I've never seen it only because I saw a clip of it.
Yeah.
Where there's a bunch of like glass falling and Bullseye just gets it and throws it. And I was like, I don't know if I want to see this.
Yeah, it's definitely like okay, I understand, but I like it. I like the Daredevil character.
Yeah,
you know.
That's cool. Yeah, there's like a bunch of stuff like that. Like, I guess that's it. Just like old like action movies. Like I think a lot of people think like I wouldn't like watching that stuff, but I do. I just like that shit, like Cobra, Commando.
Yeah.
Those kind of like Schwarzenegger, like Stallone, like they're just like it's just a shot of them like shooting someone, and then it just like cuts to the person, and you can tell it's a mannequin, and they just like explode everywhere. You know, that shit's great. You know.
Yeah.
I don't watch it all the time, but you know, it's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And moving on, what was this? What is it? I can't even read my writing. Oh yeah, what would you do if you won the lottery, man? Interesting.
Oh, well, I really want to answer that question because I would open up my own indie theater chain around where I live because we don't have anything. I would try to find places that aren't like LA or like the big places and open up indie theater chains. Like where we could
That'd be dope, man.
that we can get like the the small movies. I would try because it costs a lot to get those. That's why a lot of places don't get order them.
Yeah.
Because it costs a lot more for you to get those indie films, and you're not getting that money back because no one's going to see them.
Yeah.
But for me, my whole thing would just be to just focus on indie films and try to do other things there. Where we do like film festivals, try to do live events, try to make money other ways where we're not just depending on people going to see the films. Because I imagine it's going to be tough at first, but that's what I would love to. That's what I would really, if I had the money now, I would invest in doing that. I would try to find a theater that I can invest in and like really do that because that's other than putting it into a short film, like getting all the money and just making a short film. That would be like my really main goal where I could see that as being like a long-term thing. I'm just like I would love to own my own indie theater chain. That would be fucking dope. That I could just play whatever I want. I could have people come in and like hit up indie directors and have them come in and curate their own showings where we could like try to get prints for stuff.
Yeah.
That shit would be like a dream to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you? What would you do with that cash?
Oh man, I think just fucking get out of this debt. And then just
I probably have to do that too. Yeah,
do that, and I would do kind of something similar. I always feel like there's not really a place where film fans can go be film fans. Like I want to make a place where you can go, just discover all these movies, and just talk. Just talk to other people and have different type of events there too. Different just like I don't know, some like a store or something you can go to and also rent, buy movies, see movies, and just. All about movies, you know?
Sure, like kind of like I think of it like a movie store coffee shop instead of like books.
Yeah.
But there's books about movies, and then you could also get movies there and stuff.
Yeah.
But you could also just hang out.
Chill, and I'm pretty sure you can like meet other people there, and also kind of like I said, like have little things. Oh, okay, cool. If you guys are filmmakers, come. You guys can rent equipment here.
Yeah.
Because I'm really like that's what I would want to do. Like help younger people or people who don't have cameras or something. Like, hey, if you're really passionate. Come rent it or something. There's all these different, do it.
Dude, that's awesome. That would be a really cool thing. Kind of like a library for filmmakers.
Yeah.
We can go rent the cameras. You can go rent the things. And then even then, like, you don't even really need to get a camera these days.
Yeah.
You can just use your iPhone.
Exactly.
As long as you get, like, stuff to record, good sound, you get, like, good lights. You could really go off your iPhone. I would say go for getting a camera.
Yeah.
Just because once you start filming short films, I think it'll just kind of feel a lot better. It'll just be like, I don't know, it's just better. Camera is just kind of, I don't know, phone is just, it doesn't seem like you can do a lot with it, even though you can, But, because you can get lenses for your camera phone, but I think it's better to like get lenses for an actual camera and like, kind of fuck around with that, and then you really kind of figure out what you're doing,
There's ultimately things that iPhone, because you need to get like something like Filmic Pro or something.
For sure, yeah. But that'd be also another thing. I think I would like to make that theater too, is like a place that you can just even if you're not gonna go see a movie, there will be just maybe a bar on the side that you can just come hang out, and then there's
exactly.
Because I think it's this is a cool thing because we have discourse and there's nuance in what we're saying.
Yeah.
So in a lot of like film forums and meeting YouTubers or people that like film online. It's either just going to be like, I like this movie, or, well, I didn't. Yeah. Well, then you're wrong. Well, you're wrong. And nobody ever really has an idea of who that person is, or like who they are as a person, or why they would say why they don't like something, or what their tastes are, or anything like that. And so there's no like a nuance. It's just kind of like, well, fucking this fucking guy. Look at the way he looks in his picture. He must be an idiot. There's no. And so when you do this, like it's like you said, it is better to have a place where film fans can just go and just actually talk about it as opposed to just arguing online about it. They can actually just sit down and be like, hey, what do you like and why do you like it? Let's talk about it. Because that's what's interesting to me.
Yeah. When
people like movies that I think are bad, I really want to know why. It's never I'm never just going to be like, well, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
I really want to know why. I really want to know what the reason is, and that's why I don't like people like Jeremy Jahns, because he doesn't give you a reason why. He just fucking dances around and says dumb shit.
Yeah.
But again, that's me being the same thing because I don't know Jeremy Jahns personally. I've never met him, so I've never spoken to him. So maybe he's a really cool guy, and he probably does have really good opinions on movies. So if I had that discourse with him, I wouldn't be saying these things about him. So again, I'm also part of the problem. I'm not saying that I'm not. But I'm trying to not be part of it. I'm trying to be part of the solution of it, So something like that, I think would be super cool to have because you can you get together and talk about movies. I think that's the best thing.
Hang out and love movies, dude. Discover different movies. Like you can have like I said, different events like the movie of the month or week or something, and have cool, kind of like a book club, but like movie club.
Yeah,
come talk about it. And like
I've been trying to do that. Me and my friends did that for a little bit. We were doing it every Friday. We had Filmstruck. We were just going through. We went through Wes Anderson's top 10. We went through Guillermo del Toro's top 10. Just watching all these movies that I never would have watched.
Yeah,
even though I'm the type of guy who likes to discover stuff, I might not have even discovered these because I was like,
Yeah, I'll get to it eventually or something or not.
Exactly. So that's what's cool about meeting other people too. You find out their taste. You find out what they like. You just and you're just like, oh, cool. Like now we know what like now one of the things I like about film. Is obviously talking about it. I think I could probably talk to you forever here and not shut up. But that's why I love podcasts, film podcasts. I've been on a film podcast called Views from the Vista. I'm going to do a promo here. Views from the Vista is a great film podcast because it's three people who have like different opinions about different types of films and they like different types of things. And they're like, one of them's a comedian, one of them's a musician, and one of them's a comedy writer. So it's like a really cool mix of personalities.
Yeah.
And I was able to be a guest on it. We talked about Thoroughbreds. They came out earlier this year. And it was really cool to kind of listen to other people kind of tell you that they like something, but maybe not as much as you liked it, or why they didn't like it. And then eventually, as you have the conversation, they come to like it because of what you're telling them. It's like a really cool thing, And I think with YouTube, it sucks because you're just one person. You're just kind of fucking talking at the screen. And then you just have commenters come and be like, nope, you're wrong. And you just want to be like, well, can you tell me why? And they just want to be like, no, you just suck. You look like an idiot. You're a skinny bitch.
You look like a fucking... I got like, hey, you look like a wrestler. And I had a fucking button-up shirt like this. Oh, you look like a priest. And it's like...
I look like an anorexic crackhead. And on my Get Out review, someone said they thought I was white, and they said I should stop being a self-hating white person and lift weights. A lot of cool stuff like that. But I've never had anyone tell me that my opinion was dumb or wrong, so that's all that matters to me, man. As long as you like what I say about movies, if you don't like the way I look, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But as long as you did agreed or, you didn't say anything about what I say about movies, fine by me. That's all my channel's there for. It's not for me to look cool.
You're not there to say, okay, this is how you should lift weights or something, or
this
eat.
This is how you should look when you're reviewing stuff online, It's there. As long as my opinion's fine, cool. You can say however the fuck you want about what I look like, I really don't care.
Shits.
Yeah, so that would all be, that's all I want, just a discourse. So check out Views from the Vista, that podcast. I was also on this podcast where we talked about Ryan Gosling movies, called The Gosling According to Matthew. He's a very funny comedian, and that was also a cool thing because he just to talk about all Ryan Gosling's movies, different ones, it's just it's just always interesting. I just like that, and YouTube always doesn't really afford that opportunity. So it's that's why when you asked me to do this, I was like, oh hell yeah, I'm down. I just want to talk to new people about movies. Fucking sit me down somewhere, and sit someone in front of me and tell me that they like talking about movies, and I could talk to them forever.
Yeah. That's it, dude. That's something, like I said, I want to be on YouTube doing stuff I love, and this is one of them. Just talking, getting to know, because a lot of times we can come in here, review movies, talk about movies, but they don't really know who we are.
Right.
And that's why I wanted, do this show.
Yeah.
What's next? So we talked about the lottery. What is one of your favorite conspiracy theories?
Well, this is one of my favorite, and
we're in the Matrix.
Well, I mean, I could get into that crazy shit. I really believe that we are in like a simulation type thing.
Dude, sometimes I start thinking about that too.
I think that we're kind of set on a thing that we're put in a simulation that we're forced to live in, that we're supposed to break out of. That's the point of it. Yeah. We need to break out of it. Like we're put in routine on purpose because they want us to get stuck in that flow. But it is a simulation. Like, I've seen it glitch a bunch of times. Like I said, I don't want to get. That's like a whole. That's like a whole
dude, I'm there with you, man. I feel like this is not me.
But see,
like I'm controlling this vessel or something. I don't know.
And it might be just because I'm stoned all the time. But like like I said, I've seen like glitches where I'm just like, oh, like it's like kind of a deja vu thing where you're just like, this already happened, and I know what's going to happen next. And they messed up, and they thought that this was the same Wednesday as last Wednesday, but this is a new Wednesday. But like my favorite thing though is that's one of my favorites. But is that Paul McCartney is dead. I love that fucking conspiracy.
What the hell?
A lot of people think that Paul McCartney died in a car crash.
Yeah.
And they thought that it would cause too much of a panic to tell the Beatles fans, so they just found another guy who was a friend of theirs, and really because supposedly that friend went missing. And they just did facial surgery to make him, because he sort of already looked like him. Yeah. To make him look like Paul McCartney, and so
what the hell?
And that there's all kinds of clues. Yeah. So in the Beatles records where they're crossing the street was at Abbey Road. Yeah. Paul McCartney doesn't have shoes on. Everyone else does, and they say that that's a clue to say that when they bury you, you don't have shoes on to say that he's dead. Oh my gosh. And then if you say Rubber Soul, or Fast Enough or something. There's something in Rubber Soul that says like Paul's dead or Paul's soul or something like that. There's a documentary on Netflix. It's so stupid. But
holy crap!
I just love to believe it because I fucking hate Paul McCartney. Yeah. And so I would
love the videos. Beatles.
I just think they're okay. Yeah. I think they're okay.
It's not like, oh my god. Dude.
Yeah, I'm not like the biggest fan. Yeah. Like I said, that's a whole other video we can get into too. Yeah. I could just talk about how they're overrated. But yeah, but I mean they're good, but I'm just not like all crazy about them. But I just don't like Paul McCartney. Like I just don't like Paul McCartney or John Lennon. Like I don't just personally just things that I know, like read about them and stuff. Like I like George Harrison. Like I think like I love just listening to George Harrison's music. Yeah. But it's such a funny thing to think that this. It's just a funny thing to think that Paul McCartney died, and the Beatles were such a big deal that they had to fucking. Get a fake Paul McCartney, and that he's been sort of just living this life, like they kind of spiraled out of control, and he's just like, well, I'm doing this stuff, Yeah. And a lot of people say that too because of all the decisions he made about like the Beatles music, the way he like sold it, and the way he kind of handled it and didn't really care for it. A lot of people think that it's because he's not the real Paul McCartney. Yeah.
Instead of Yoko breaking the whole band.
Right. Yeah, that's
I actually haven't heard that one, dude.
There's a documentary on Netflix called Paul is Dead. It's really stupid, but it's interesting just because it's just a funny thing. I don't know. Yeah. But also that we're in a simulation. Yeah. We're not really.
Like fucking also like a Truman Show too. Kind of like what the hell.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because I don't know, dude. There's like I don't want to say like the Earth is flat or anything, but like we've never been to the bottom of the ocean like all the way. I don't think we can leave the atmosphere. Because I think the moon landing is fake, but people say, like people say, oh, like we could still go to space, and like I don't think we can break out of this atmosphere. I don't know, but also like there's a lot of theories.
I think we went to space. Yeah.
One of my friends was like, dude, like there's satellites, like the way we talk and shit. I was like, I don't know, maybe there could be like cell towers. I don't know, dude, but what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, there's a lot of theories that we can't go like into Antarctica, like a certain part of it. Like there's like this wall we can't go. Because there's some there we can't see or something like it's restricted like to everybody. It's like what the fuck, like we can just it's a free world, That's a theory. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I imagine I imagine there's all kinds of crazy like Illuminati shit where there's like these secret parts of the world and things like that. But I think we really did go to space. I think the reason that we went to space was because we only to just be the country with the bigger dick. Yeah. Just to be like, oh, the Russians are trying to go. Right? Yeah. We got to go first. Yeah, that's why people say we faked it to make it seem like we went first, but I think we really did because we were really just trying to fucking be the big dick America.
But like, why haven't we gone back? Or have we gone back? Or
to the moon? You're saying? Yeah, they've gone back to the moon.
What the heck?
Yeah, a few times.
I don't know, dude.
I mean, they've gone to Mars.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I don't know.
I don't know. Those are some.
Well, look, my little brother. I mean, he's only in high school right now, but he's I think he's planning on being an astronaut. He wants to start working at NASA. He's already like going into that. So we'll see. I'll ask him.
We'll see. I gotta interview him next.
Is it real? Did they really send you up there?
Yeah, I gotta have a GoPro on you or whatever. And then this one's pretty fun too. If you could have lunch with any film director, alive or dead, who would it be? Or I said, or a few beers or something, whatever you know.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, it would probably be like Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah.
And Billy Wilder. Stanley Kubrick, Billy Wilder. Who else? Sidney Lumet.
No, Hitchcock.
No, Hitchcock already talks too much.
Yeah. There's already a lot on him, right?
Yeah, there's already too much of him talking. That's all he likes to do is talk about his fucking craft because he doesn't have any emotion in his movies, you know? He's just technical, you know? He just knows how to move the camera. He's not a bad director at all, but there's no like... I watch his movies and I'm like, oh wow, that was a cool movie, but there was no like feeling behind it. I didn't feel any connection to any characters or anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, so like Kubrick, Billy Wilder. Do you know who Billy Wilder is?
He sounds familiar.
He did Some Like It Hot, Ace in the Hole.
Related to Gene Wilder?
The Apartment. He's just a writer director.
Yeah.
And you know who Sidney Lumet is, right?
I've heard of him too.
He did Dog Day Afternoon, Serpico.
Yeah.
His most recent film was Before the Devil Knows You're Dead. Just 12 Angry Men. He did that. Yeah, so like those guys, because those guys are all dead. And Kubrick, of course. I mean, I would just, you know who Kubrick is, right?
Yeah.
I'll walk out his fucking picture. But,
he did Day After Tomorrow.
yeah. Roland Emmerich,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's like I would have them. I would just because I would just want to hear like the stories of how it was probably a struggle for them to make their movies.
Yeah,
because all their movies are pretty against the grain from the time that they were in there. You know, in the studio system because they were in the studio system. You know, it's not like they were indie directors. Studios liked their stuff and paid them for stuff, but it was difficult for them to make their films. So I kind of want to find out how they. You know, I'd just love to hear how Stanley Kubrick just was able to do whatever the fuck he wanted.
Yeah.
I would just love to find out. I know a lot of it had to do with he filmed stuff in London, but I just, you know, I would just kind of love to just hear their thoughts on, and also just like, there's this like little clip of Stanley Kubrick talking about Pulp Fiction and like Saving Private Ryan and some movies, you know? Yeah. And I would just love if he was just alive right now to just hear his thoughts on like, basically the state of cinema, like what he thinks of what's going on now, all three of them, like, Billy Wilder is like one of my favorite screenwriters ever.
Yeah.
One of my favorite directors. Stanley Kubrick is the GOAT, in my opinion, greatest of all time. And Sidney Lumet is just what, like, if you like a good time, you should watch Dog Day Afternoon, Serpico, because that's where they got. That's like Sidney Lumet, like the new Sidney Lumet. Yeah, it's like it's like kind of gritty, kind of 70s, kind of like New York. Fucking like cinema that I just like I love that shit. It's just great. So I would just like love to just kind of hear how they all went about their, because they're all kind of from different backgrounds, different styles. They're all Jewish. They're all white and Jewish, of course. But it would just be great to kind of like just have that. So all right. So this also has to do with the question, and it kind of has to do with the origin of my name of the channel. Yeah. So it's called Room 666, and it has nothing to do with the devil.
Yeah.
Right. It doesn't have to do with Satan or hell or anything like that.
He's right there, dude. The green guy.
Even though I believe in all that stuff, and I think that stuff's cool. It's I'm not I'm not advocating that with the channel. What Room 666 is it's referencing a documentary that came out in the 70s.
Yeah.
And it took place at Cannes at the film festival, and Wim Wenders, who's a German director, got a hotel room, and the hotel room number was 666. Yeah. And basically all he did was put a camera in that hotel room, put a questionnaire on the table, and he told a bunch of filmmakers like Godard, Werner Herzog, Steven Spielberg, like all these different directors went in there and answered this questionnaire like on camera. They just sat down and just talked about the state of cinema, what they think, you know, it's going to happen to cinema in a few years, you know, what they think of like the movies that are playing at the festival.
Yeah.
And you had someone like Jean-Luc Godard who's just like, cinema's dead.
Yeah.
You know, cinema's done. Like everything is just these big fancy blockbusters. It's just all polished. Cinema's dead. And then you have Spielberg coming in here being like, you know, in his interview, he's just like, I don't want to go sit in a movie theater and see a movie about some guy who's just a paper boy struggling to, live in his daily life. He's like, I want to go see something that's big, that's spectacle, that's explosions, that's like, that's from out of this world, that's this. So it was like this really cool blend of all these different types of people talking about, state of cinema. And at that time, it was the 70s, so it's, it's completely different from what it looks like today, but at the same time, it's sort of the same. And so that's why I got that name, because what I wanted the idea of the channel to be was a discussion of all different types of film, all different. From,
oh my gosh!
Even if it is,
like, Jesus.
Even if it is just someone talking about I just like blockbusters, or someone just talking about cinema's dead, fucking it's only old movies, To have that discussion is what the room thing is, and so I think that's why I would like to have those three directors. I think they come from different places and they're different styles. Where Stanley Kubrick literally is just kind of considered kind of a cold director, where he's just mostly worried about camera angles, camera movements, the sound design, like stuff like that. He's not really worried about the acting, and it's just like it just has to look the way I want it to look. It's fine, you're doing what you're doing, but you have to do it so that it looks good in the frame,
Yeah.
And whereas like Celine Lumet was more, he would get his actors together, and they would just sit on a stage, and he would do it like a play before he filmed it.
Yeah.
He would do all his movies like play. He would have them all like acted out, and he would just be like, all right, how am I going to do this? And then he would go and like do it,
Yeah.
And same thing with like Cassavetes. Cassavetes didn't even like have a script. He would just like, just be like, oh yeah, this is kind of the concept we're going to go by, and day day we would just kind of film it as we go along. And so like it'd just be cool, and like Billy Wilder is more about the script.
Yeah.
The written word is what is, he's just like screw directing. It's like the writers are the ones who do it. Whereas like Kubrick's like, writing, we need the script, but I can like make my own thing with just interpretation. Whereas like Billy Wilder's like, no, the script is like God, you do what the written word says. And it's because he was such a good writer that he was able to say that.
Yeah.
Same thing with like Tarantino. He could say that. He could tell people, no, you don't go off script, because his writing is so, lyrical and so flowing that if you do try to improvise, it probably sounds stupid.
Yeah.
But that's what I would like, just to have a beer with those like three directors, even Tarantino, throw them in there.
Yeah.
So they could like, I want to have these old directors like kind of mingling with newer directors, kind of see what they would have to say about like, that would be my like dream.
Yeah.
Kubrick mostly. I would just love to hear just anything Kubrick has to say about being on set with like Peter Sellers or fucking just anybody.
Any stories of their films and stuff like that. That's pretty, dude. Everything you just said, for the first time I've heard, I was like, Jesus, this is all interesting. I always told people like one of my favorite things to do is just like go into like the bonus features, or just like watch these filmmakers. Like I don't know, I'm forgetting who. The Hollywood Reporter does those roundtables. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just filmmakers just like I love that.
Yeah, I watch those all the time.
Yeah.
I love commentary. I watch when I bought the Avengers Blu-ray. I watched it, and right after I was done, I watched it with commentary. I usually do that with all the movies I buy. Like I'll watch it regular, and then right after I'll watch it with commentary.
It's just so interesting, dude. It's like, okay, why did you choose this and that? And like.
Yeah, and also just as someone who wants to eventually be able to direct and write films myself. It's just it's like doing homework, but it's like fun. It's like getting all this knowledge that it's gonna be, hopefully I'm gonna be able to use when I'm able to make my own stuff,
Yeah.
So, all that stuff's cool. Like I said, I could just talk about that shit forever, man. I watch documentaries. I fucking read books about like films, like.
Yeah, in your background you have not only movies but books as well, and I'm just like, damn, like I only have fucking holes.
Dude, if you ever want to get like a good idea of like how the 70s like filmmaking system was, read Easy Riders and Raging Bulls is the name of this book. It's fucking great. It just tells you everything about that time. Scorsese coming up, like all those things like that was happening, how they were all coked out, how they were all just partying and shit. It's a really fucking great book. Yeah. But for me, I just like love that shit. Like I just eat that shit up. I just sit there and read those books, and I'm just like. Yeah, like that we should. I'll do a book reaction. So I'm just reading a book. Unless I
Hey, that'll be. I don't think people do that.
No, I think people do.
But the last few things I have here is any upcoming projects or events. I know we're gonna try to get to AFI, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do AFI. Just try to get all the smaller film festivals that are around here. A lot of them happen in October. They have like a Fright Fest that that shows some pretty good movies like. From like Mexico, that are like horror movies. They're like Guillermo del Toro always like champions and stuff. So I'm hoping to try to get presses for that. But So just more short films, and the Criterion Cult.
Yeah.
Join us. Join the Criterion Cult. We're going to be talking about older films, foreign films, just all kinds of good stuff. And I'm going to be talking about them in a not stuffy way. In a not fucking like, well, the reason with this film is because blah, blah, blah. Like, and you shouldn't like, I'm trying to kind of, like, for instance, one of my Criterion Cult reviews, I'm reviewing this film called Being There, which is from Hal Ashby. Hal Ashby, have you ever heard of him?
No.
He did Harold and Maude, The Last Detail.
Yeah.
This movie called Being There, from the 70s. A really great director on the Criterion Collection. Saw Being There, and I mostly kind of compared it to like Adam McKay, like in his Will Ferrell comedies.
Yeah.
Even though they're not really alike, there's like similarities in there. So like I'm trying to like with the Criterion Cult, I'm trying to again bridge that gap. I don't want people to think I'm just going to be out there telling you only watch Criterion movies. This movie is a movie you're supposed to see. Screw it. I'm trying to be like, look, hey, honestly, maybe if you like something like Step Brothers, you might be into Being There. You might be into Hal Ashby stuff because he's a comedy director, but he's also does drama. Like, I'm trying to figure out a way to do that so that I can get people, like you said, who will see other reviews they like, but then maybe go see the Criterion Cult and be like, oh, okay, I want to see an older film now because he's not saying it in such a dumb, fucking like elitist way. I'm trying to like welcome everybody. I know the making fun of YouTubers maybe seems like I'm being elitist, but it's not. I just poke like I said, I'm just poking fun, trying to make us better is all. It's just dumb humor. But and more short films. I'm gonna be doing short films.
Yeah, so I was gonna ask you, like, you have anything in mind? Okay, cool. We're gonna start shooting October, November, or something, or
nothing. Probably won't get going till I would say 2 or 3 more months. So probably like towards the end of the year, beginning of next year. Yeah. Because I'm still writing a bunch of stuff, and we're still trying to figure out who is gonna do it and stuff. Yeah. But yeah, more short films, just more little kind of like sketches that are related to the channel. I'm actually working on this web series right now that I'm going to do where I'm going to try to do like a fake mockumentary about YouTubers. Yeah. And so I'm going to be like the movie reviewer. I'm going to have like a friend be like the fitness guy. I'm going to have like another friend be like the food reviewer. Yeah. And then just kind of like do like a little mockumentary about like YouTubers' lives and stuff. Yeah. Just like something like that. Just kind of quick little episodes that'll kind of be related to Room 666. So just like that stuff. I mean, if you're down to collab and be and stuff too, I'll let you know.
That's what I was saying. Just let me know with time so we can like okay, cool. Like I'm shooting this day. I'll like if I work, okay, let me see if I can get it off or something. Yeah. That'd be cool.
I wanted to do I had an idea for a little horror movie that I wanted to do before Halloween, but I don't think we're gonna get to it. So I'm gonna have to wait.
There's definitely one that I had in mind about YouTuber, because I love this concept of like, okay, he had a few hits. He was like the top dog, but now he's kind of like, he's trying to like repeat his hits, but he's not quite there. So he's at this low point, and stuff like that, and he's kind of pushing everybody away and kind of I don't know, because that's not like I'm there, but it's just like at first I wanted to make fun of this little short. It's not even like professionally done. It's just me when I was a kid filming myself. Like literally the camera I had could like swivel the screen. So I was filming just me pretending, I don't know, I'm nearly dead, I'm here, and I was gonna put, it's kind of like a funny kind of poking fun at itself, like that was my hit, but now like with doing YouTube so that I can make an interesting kind of film like that,
you use that old footage, that'd be cool.
Yeah, he's alcoholic and shit. But I don't know, that's something that's been in my mind, but I gotta sit down and write it and go over it and
I was actually going to do... This is another thing that... I don't want to say it because I don't want anyone to steal the concept, but at the same time, I'm probably not going to do it. So if somebody does still at least have me on it as a guest, I was going to do a podcast that I was just going to kind of it was going to be called Oscar Bait, and basically we were just going to go through all the different years of... So we're going to pick a year, it'd be like 1985. Yeah. All the films that were nominated for Oscars that year, and like just the main categories: Best Actor, Best Actress, Director. We were gonna try to go talk about what movies we think that came out that year should have been nominated, or even if the movies that were nominated should even be there, or if there's other movies that came out at that time that like were overlooked that should be there. You know what I mean? Like
they got snubbed or something.
Yeah. The thing is though, I think it's a lot of fucking research, and I mean I've watched pretty much every Oscar since I was like a little kid.
Yeah.
I've missed like a few here and there, but I watched it after. But it's still like, you know, you gotta like, as much movies as I watch, I don't watch that much movies to have seen every single movie nominated for like Best Picture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so I'm still kind of going through the research, but hoping to do that podcast soon. Hoping that one's gonna take like some research,
some time.
Yeah, it's gonna take like a lot of movie watching. And just kind of finding guests who even would care about the Oscars, you know. Not a lot of people do, you know.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people know what movies have been nominated for Oscars. Not a lot of people really, you know, will care. You know?
Yeah.
So that's kind of difficult. But that's another project I'm trying to do. Really would like to do a podcast, even if it's just about movies. But I don't want to, because nowadays you got to find like a shtick. You got to find like a niche to kind of like squeeze yourself in there. You know, you can't just be a guy who just talks about movies because it's everybody. You know. So I always try to find something. I want to do a podcast about movies, but I'm trying to find some way to like make it stand out.
Yeah, stand
give
out.
Give it a theme, like
unique,
give it like a thing. Yeah,
like worthwhile. Yeah, not just because there's a bunch of like kind of like our YouTube channels.
Yeah, there's so many. So it's, you know, I'm trying to like figure something out. But yeah, mostly I'm going for short films. I'm like I said, I'm taking writing classes, so I'm hoping to like eventually start writing for sketch comedy, like at UCB. That's kind of my goal now, is to get hired through them to write for them and stuff. So just writing right now. I'm also I'm going to start with today and tomorrow. I'm going to start with trying to do more writing of film criticism. Yeah. So if you guys, I don't know if anybody has Letterboxd, if you have that app. You can follow me on there. It's it's Jodie Foster Army. Yeah. I have like more written reviews on there. I'm gonna start doing more of those because I want to try to start submitting to actual publications and like get my reviews publicated, just so I can maybe feel better about doing this. Feel like I'm actually doing it. You know, I don't, like I said, I don't want to be a critic. I want to be a filmmaker. But talking about film is fun. Writing about film is fun. Looking at themes in films is fun. Just finding things that are like there that maybe the normal person wouldn't see is always fun. Yeah. So I'm going to try to do more of that stuff. So look out for that. Look out for more blog posts probably of me like on Twitter telling you to read my shit. Yeah. If people want to read. I don't know. Nobody likes to read anymore. So. No,
definitely, man. And with that, you talked about your Twitter. We'll wrap it up here. Where people can find you, your channel, Twitter, and all that stuff. It's gonna be in the link in the description below, but you want to shout it out here?
Yeah. You could find me. You can find me outside of AMC movie theaters, yelling at people to go watch indie movies. No, just kidding. No, you could find me on Twitter at Room666Reviews, and then if you want to follow me on Instagram, I don't have a Room666 Instagram quite yet. It's my personal one, but you can follow me. It's at Young Jane Fonda. Young Jane Fonda. Yeah. If you guys don't know who Jane Fonda is, why do you say you like movies? And then on YouTube, Room666Reviews. Yeah. Also, if you want to check out the old shorts and that web series I have, check out Indie Face Productions on YouTube. And then just catch me on YouTube talking shit to Stuckman and Johns, trying to start some beef. Look, the only way I'm going to get some views is if I get some beef going. So if you know one of them, tell them I said fuck off.
Send them his way.
Tell him your boy Room666 sent you. All right? No, I'm just kidding. Don't. I mean, if you know them, don't tell anyone to fuck up. That's not nice. This is a joke. This is YouTube. This was awesome. Thanks for the.
Thanks for coming over, man. For making time. I know you drove over here and stuff like that.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
But I had a blast, dude. I love doing these. And guys, go follow Jordan. Like I said, I've been a fan of his for like a year now. We
I think we kind of started maybe a little at the same time. You might have done a little bit earlier than me, but I
started February of 2017.
Oh, okay, we started the same thing, pretty much. I was in like March, I would say, Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of us that started like around the same time.
Seems like it, yeah.
But it's cool though.
But everybody's got more subs than me.
Yeah. Well, you gotta do those trailer reactions, man.
I know.
You gotta do.
I
don't know how. I think the one video that pushed me was the one that has the most views is the Movie Pass one. It's like 60,000 views. Jesus Christ,
Oh, crazy.
And around that time, that's when I got like a little boost and stuff.
Yeah, the only time I get really like a good boost is when I've seen the movie before it's come out. When I'm able to get it out before then, you know. But most of the time, nobody wants to fucking hear me talk shit, you know. But go listen to me talk shit.
Yeah, definitely go. His skits are great. And like I said, he does have some great insight. So make sure to go. Click all those links in the description down below.
And also comment, too. Like, on my videos, I don't get very many comments.
Yeah.
Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if you think I'm wrong. But give me an opinion. Don't just talk shit about
discourse
me.
Here.
Yeah, I love talking about film, so if you're on Letterboxd, comment on my reviews. Let's talk about it. Even, hey, if we follow each other and we see that we're at a screen or something, say hi. I plan to say hi, too, just so,
Yeah.
Just to get some discourse, like I said. This is good. We want some nuance. You want to get to
know
build
a community.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll go to the little end credit video right now.